Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman with the Strat-O-Matic network, and we've got a ball game here for Sunday in real world from our 1969 replay, Cincinnati at Houston. It is the first of a three-game series. It will be Jim Merritt, the left-hander. He's 110 for Cincinnati. And Jim Ray, sort of a spot starter. He's 1-4. Let me go through the opening lineups here for you. And good morning. A Sunday snoozer, Kathy. And I overslept, which I guess is pretty good. You know, it was originally 8 a.m. So we're starting this one at 9 a.m. For the Reds, it'll be Pete Rose in right, Tolan in center, Johnson in left, Perez at third, bench, batting fifth and catching, Lee May at first, Helms at second, Woodward at short, and Merritt, the pitcher, a left-hander, he's 110. For the Astros, it's Morgan at second, Jesus and Lou in right, Wynn in center, Tommy Davis in left field, Dennis Mankey at first, Rader at third, Martinez at short, Johnny Edwards, the catcher, and batting ninth and pitching, Jim Ray, a right-hander. He has 1-4 on the season. Good morning, Rhodes Scholar. Haven't seen you in text in a while. And I hope all is well. And we are in the Astrodome. Astros take the field. And Jim Ray taking his warm-ups. And leading it off is Pete Rose for the Reds. It's the first of a three-game series. Oh, good coffee. Okay, Ray is ready. Everybody's ready. Here's the wind-up and the pitch to Rose. That's 5-5, switch hitter, batting left, and he struck him out. And what a good way to start a ball game if you're Jim Ray and the Astros. Now Bobby Tolan is the batter. Here's Ray now. Pitch to Tolan, 5-4 left-handed, grounds to third X. That's for Raider. The Red Robin. He's a 327. That's a G1. E27, 6'11", 14 could be trouble. No, he gets it. He throws him out. And there are two away. And here comes Alex Johnson. Okay, Ray is ready. Here's the pitch to Johnson. 5'11", right-handed, fly ball left field. And that's for Tommy Davis. He's under it, he makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 for Jim Ray, looking good here. In the top of the first. No runs for Cincinnati, and Houston is coming up. Kathy Harden for the Astros. It'll be Jim Merritt, left-handed pitcher on the mound. Joe Morgan leads it off for Houston. Again, Merritt, a left-hander. Here's Merritt. And the pitch. 3-5 against a left-hander. And that's a drive hit out into the gap into right field. And it's dropping and it's rolling. Morgan, extra bases, rounding second. And he comes into third with a triple to lead it off for the Astros. A lead-off triple by Morgan. Let's look at that again. It was 3-5 on his own card against the left-hander. And it was 1-1 to 12, 10 on the 20 die. He had 5 triples in real world. So Morgan is on third, and here's Jesus now. Big hand for Morgan, who's standing on third with the leadoff triple. Okay, here's Jesus now. Merritt from the stretch. The pitch to Jesus. That's 5'8", right-handed. Pops it up to short. And Woodward makes the catch. That's one away. They just need a fly ball to bring him home. A good fly ball. Shame to leave him on base. And we got a question, top of the second, from Kathy Harden. Top of the second. Okay, Win takes a ball outside. That's outside ball 2, 2-0 on Win. Okay, here's Merritt now. 2 balls, no strikes on Jimmy Wynn. And the pitch. 3-8, left-handed, he walked him. It was 3 balls and no strikes. And then a 4th ball. And that will be 1st and 3rd. It was 3-8 on Wynn. He's being held. Look at that. Merritt. Well, Merritt's -5. It makes him 1-12, 1-10. Not being held. Let him get the lead. He's -12. And then with no hold, they're not gonna hold him. They're not gonna hold Wynn. That is the cutoff here in solitaire for me, -12 again. Win a 1-12 -5. And no need to hold him. He has the lead. 1st and 3rd, infield is back for Tommy Davis. Here's Merritt now. Whoops. Whoopsie. And the pitch to Davis. That's 4-11. Right-handed, walked him. He's walked the bases loaded with Astros. It was a leadoff triple by Morgan. Jesus popped out, and then Wynn and Davis have walked. It's bases full, 1 out. Infield stays back for Menke. And Red's looking for a double play, ground ball if possible. Here's Merritt now. Full wind up. And the pitch to Menke. That is a 1-10 left-handed. It's a base hit up the middle. That will score at least a run. Of course, Morgan comes home. Wynn rounding. Again, it was a 1-10 left-handed. Wynn rounding 1-15. 1-13. No one being held. 1-14. Here comes Wynn. And the throw from Tolan. And he's safe. Wynn slides in under the tag. And everybody moves up. A 2-run base hit by Menke. And the Astros come out ahead here, 2-0 now. Menke on second. Still only 1 out. I know that Demos does not move Menke in that situation, but like the great Demos says, I can't word it exactly, but enjoy the game, play it however you like to play it. It's a great, great adage. So Merritt has been tagged for 2 runs. It's second and third, and they're going to walk Raider. They're going to walk Raider. Okay. The Red Robin has been intentionally walked. In hopes of a double play, here's Marty Martinez. Switch hitter. He'll bat right. Base of infield back again. Here's Merritt. That's 210 left-handed. It's a grounder to third. It's a B. Whoa, with bases full. It's Perez throws to second to get the Red Robin on a force, and everybody else moves up, including Tommy Davis, who scores. And that's the third run of the inning. 2 outs now, first and third. Whoo! Jim Merritt getting tagged here in the first. I was never a fan of Jim Merritt. First and third, 2 down, 3 in here in the bottom of the first. Here's Merritt now trying to get out of this. Pitch to Edwards. That's 1-7 left-handed, and he struck him out. So the side is retired. There were 3 runs, though. Whoa. On 2 hits, 3 walks, one of them intentional. I don't know what that ground ball B would have been if it was second and third. I don't really care, but I'll look anyway. It would have been a 5. It was hit to third. Runners would have held. So that intentional walk sort of backfired. But that's the name of the game of baseball. We've gone an inning, and it's 3-0 Astros. And now I ask you all, please, 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 give it up for Kathy Hart and her question, top of the second. Here it is. What is the most deadliest creature animal to humans? Jesus. That is so hard. What is the most deadliest creature animal to humans? I'm gonna say humans. She didn't say it couldn't be humans. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna say Rhodes Scholar says a bear. I don't know about that, Rhodes Scholar. Shit. I don't know about that. No. I'm gonna say I think it's something microscopic, Rhodes Scholar. I think it's probably I don't know if there's a particular type of I don't know if virus is too vague. I just don't know. If it's not a virus, maybe it's a bacteria. Boy, that's a... Bill Ivamy says a skunk. Well, I was going to say mosquito. I was going to say... Oh, I put it in there. Is that really right? More people die from mosquito bites than anything else in terms of from other organisms? Whoa. Thank you. And there you have it, folks. That was one hell of a question. This is for you, Kathy. That's for you. Mosquito. Great question. And I didn't know that. I didn't know. I mean, people die of what? All sorts of things from mosquito bites, malaria, and all sorts of other lovely things. Ay, ay, ay. Now I'll be afraid to go outside. We got a lot of mosquitoes here. Some are not deadly, though. Most are not deadly in terms of the bites. You know what I'm saying? Here's Jim Ray now on the mound. He retired the Reds in order, and it's Tony Perez. I don't know how long this will last. It's 3-0 Houston. Get a second cup of coffee here. Yes, indeed. And here's Tony Perez to lead it off. Ray on the mound. The wind up and whoa, the pitch to Perez. That's going to be 5-6 right-handed. Struck him out. And that's the second today for Ray. We have another one top of the fourth. Whoa, keep him coming. Keep him coming, Kathy. He's got a good ratio, 1 per inning. 115 and 115. And he's doing that already here. Here's Bench now. It's 3-0 Astros. Top of the second here. We're in the Astrodome. Weather is perfect. Oh. Okay, Ray, he gets the sign from Edwards. And the pitch to Bench. 6-10, right-handed, fly ball center X. Getting onto that is Win, a 3-6. Ah, 3-6. That's a 9-3. F2 gets to it. E6, 4-7-8. And he makes the catch. And that'll be 2 away. And here's the very dangerous Lee May. Even Lee May would be prone to getting killed by a mosquito. Spreading diseases like malaria, dengue, West Nile, yellow fever, Zika, chikungunya, and lymphatic paralysis. The mosquito kills more people than any other creature in the world. And you can dig it, folks. These are very dangerous organisms. Very dangerous. You know, imagine a world, you know, I look at videos about dinosaurs and the dinosaur era, and then there was an era before the dinosaurs when you had what we would call insects, but they were giants. Can you imagine? Could you imagine what that would be like to see something this big that was like the size of an elephant or something coming at you? Lord help me. It's a very dangerous world we live in. I don't know about the assumption that life requires that. The feeding off itself, which is a very, very disturbing thing. Well, Jim Ray has retired the first 6 Reds. He's facing May now. Here's Ray. And the pitch to May. It's Ray facing May. And here's the pitch, 5-6 right-handed, and he struck him out. Oh, Jim Ray. Looking good today. His 3rd strikeout, it was a 5-6 right-handed. There it is. Clearly for everybody to see. And we've gone 1 1/2 innings here. It's still 3-0 Houston. And here's Merritt. Merritt got shelled for 3 in the first. Morgan's leadoff triple set the stage. Oh. It's going to be Ray leading it off. He gets a good hand from the hometown crowd. Ray a 1 WR. Here's Merritt now. That's going to be 6-2 right-handed. Grounds it back to Merritt. He's a 4-6. 6-4, gets to it, G3, E6. 6-10-12. And he throws him out. So Ray is retired. And here's Joe Morgan. Good hand for Joe. From this hometown crowd here in the Astrodome. All right, Merritt now gets the sign from bench. Here's the pitch to Morgan. That's 5-8. Left-handed, pops it up to short for Woodward, 2 away. And here's Jesus now. Jesus popped to short in the first. 3-8 left-handed, grounds it to short, and it's Woodward has it, and he throws it to Lee May at first, and it's a 1-2-3 for Merritt. So perhaps he has settled down after allowing 3 in the first. We've gone 2. It's 3-0 Houston. It is September 19 in our 1969 replay. We have a bunch of snoozers here as we make our way to the doubleheader, Pirates at the Mets. Probably the only really serious race left, with the Cardinals only 3 out. The Giants are 5.5 out in the West. But the outcome of the Pittsburgh at New York Mets doubleheader on this date will be very, very, very decisive here. If the Mets can sweep them, then the Cards will be within 2 games. If they can't, if they sweep, then the Cards go back 4 again. And that comes up later. We still have Chicago at KC, a snoozer. Seattle at Minnesota, a snoozer. Phillies doubleheader at Montreal, double snoozer. Then we have Pittsburgh at New York, doubleheader. We do have Atlanta at San Diego and then LA at San Francisco, both important games insofar as the Giants are 5 1/2 behind. And they can't afford to lose any ground. I don't think the Giants can afford to not make up ground. We're heading now to the top of the 3rd. And here's Jim Ray. He's retired the first 6 Reds. Tommy Helms to lead it off. Okay, Ray is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Helms. That's going to be 1-9 right-handed, and that's a grounder to short. And Martinez fields it on 1 hop, throws it to Menke, and that's 7 in a row for Jim Ray against these Reds. I don't know how long this will last. Here's Woody Woodward. Don't forget, after this inning, we got another question from Kathy. I guess, you know, the mosquito answer is quite an eye-opener there. Here's the pitch from Ray to Woodward. 4-6, right-handed, walked him. So there's the first base runner for Cincinnati. Ray lost Woodward on a base on balls. It was 4-6 right-handed. And here comes Merritt. Merritt and a bunter. With 1 out, it's still worth bunting with Rose on deck. We have a house rule. If on offense I decide in solitaire I'm going to bunt, then I roll a single 6 die to determine if the infield is in or not, in or out. I don't think it's right to, to penalize the. I do that with stealing on certain marginal, like 13 or 14. But 1, 2, and 3, the infield is back. He's an A. So he'll stay an A. We'll throw these 3 dice. The white die tells us where it's hit. That's a 6. That looks like it's hit to 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. 11A, he pops it up. Well, that's better than a double play. And he pops it up to 3rd. The Red Robin makes the catch. So Merritt is unable to lay it down. And that'll be 2 away here, with Pete Rose coming up, Woodward on first. Frank has arrived. Hello, Frank. Everybody, please give it up to Frank. My keyboard is way over there. I hope you all understand. I just don't have the ability. I wish I could come up with a system here. All right, yeah, give it up to Frank. Okay, here's Rose now. Two outs now. Woodward on first. And the pitch to Rose. That's 6-3. Switch hitter batting left. Fly ball left, X. That's Tommy Davis. He's trouble out there. He's a 4-10. He can be dangerous. Tommy Davis trying to get to that on a 4-10 with two outs. (15-4). He gets to it, F2. E10 out in left. That's 5. No, that's 8-13. 5-9-13 E10. And he makes the catch. A nice catch by Tommy Davis to end the inning. So it's no runs, the walk to Woodward. The first base runner for Cincinnati left on. And we're heading to the bottom of the 3rd. Still 3-0 Stros. Here's Merritt now. We have a question after this inning here. We have 2 Jims at it now. Jim Merritt facing Jim Wynn. Here's the pitch from Merritt. That's 4-7 right-handed. There's a base hit by Wynn. A leadoff single off Merritt. Now he is a 1-17. Look at Merritt, -5. We come across this again, making him a 12, 1-12 with a lead. And he will not be held. He will not be held. And he will not go. I don't hold 1-12s. It's not easy playing the solitaire. And here's Tommy Davis. Wynn not being held. He's got the lead. Okay, Davis now at the plate. Davis walked and scored. The pitch from Merritt. That's 1-7 left-handed, pops it up to short. And Woodward makes the catch, 1 away. Now here's Dennis Mankey. Okay, Merritt, the pitch to Mankey. That's 5-10. Right-handed, grounds to short X. Woodward. 330. .330, that's a 7-3. He gets G3 pound not being held. E30 now. Uh-oh, 6-11-14. And he throws him out. It's going to be a G3 with a runner on first. And he will advance Win. So Woodward with a nice play. Win goes to second after all. And here's Doug Rader now. It's 2 outs. This is a clutch situation here for the Red Robin. He was intentionally walked in the first to set up a double, which never happened. Here's Merritt now. And the pitch to Rader. That's 1-6 left-handed. Struck him out. And the side is retired. That's the second for Merritt. It's no runs. The leadoff single by Win. He was stranded at second. We've gone 3. It's 3-0. And once again, oh, do I ask you to give it up for Kathy Harden with her question here. Top of the 4th. Who is the first Major League team to throw 1,000 strikeouts in a season? Shit. God, that is... Lord. Bill Ivamy says the 62 Dodgers. Not only the team, but the year he gives. He's probably right. He's probably frickin' right. Right team, wrong year. But they didn't ask. She didn't ask. She just asked who the Major League team was. We're going to give that to Bill Ivamy. If you don't mind, I am the omnibudsman here. I say let's give it to Bill. What year was it? 59? Was it 59? Whoa. That was frickin' 59. But I bet you that the subsequent Dodger teams also had 1,000 or more strikeouts as a team. Okay, so that 59 team was the first year, but I'm going to guess that in subsequent years, Padres, Koufax, Drysdale, Sherry, just some that contributed. And I don't think Koufax was even that great that year. He wasn't. This is before he was 8-6 in 1959 with a 4.05 ERA. He struck out 173 in 153 innings, but he also walked 92. And boy, that number went down, way down, that walk ratio, when he learned to let up a little bit. He let up a little, and that really was something. Folks, that's some question from Kathy. And we're going to take a break for about 3 minutes here. I'm Jeffrey Guterman. This is the Strat-O-Matic Network. It's 3-0 Astros. September 19 in the 1969 replay. We'll be back very soon. And we are back here at Studio B here. Hoping your Sunday is going well. Refresh my coffee if you don't mind, and we'll continue this ball game. We're in the Astrodome. It's 3-0 Houston. Jim Ray has thrown 3 scoreless. We have a mid-4th relating to Kathy's strikeout question. That'll be right after this half inning from Big Bill. Big Bill Ivamy. Frank, you are always welcome to present a question for the forum, including a frighteningly difficult one. Even though you know I have anxiety, either you can do it now, I have to go take a leak. You can do it while I do take a leak, I'll look for it. Or you can do it middle of the 4th, right after Bill. Or you can do it top of the 5th, whatever you want to do. But, you know. And Frank, you don't even have to ask. You can either post the question or tell us when you're going to do it. As you see, Kathy denotes when the question is coming. Bill denotes when the question is coming. His coming in the middle of the 4th. Jim Ray taking his warm-ups. It's 3-0 Houston. Take a quick leak. Oh, Christ. Well, he gives it now. Only player to ever hit it to 4 triple plays. Whoa. Didn't we have one where we wondered there was 3? Anybody have a clue on this? Before we get back to this ball game. This is frighteningly difficult. Oh, it's frighteningly difficult. I'm gonna take a guess. Ooh! Boots Day, you remember him? Anybody at all? It's so frighteningly difficult. It's so hard, Frank. It's so hard. American Leaguer. Oh, God, that narrows it down. Frank Robinson. Well, best defensive player at his position ever. Whoa. Brooks Robinson. I think we had that. I think we had this question. Brooks. Brooks Robinson. I don't know any other defensive player. I wrote Brooks. Frank's, I wrote Brooks. And I believe we had this question before. Unless it was the idea that he made 3 errors in an inning or something. Either way, it was frighteningly difficult. You were right about that. That scared the Jesus out of me. Thank you. No problem, Frank. Love means never having to say you're sorry. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. And that was frighteningly difficult. He was right about that. And here we are. Thank you, Frank. And it's great to see you here, Frank. Haven't seen you here for a few days, at least not in text. Here's Jim Ray now, top of the 4th. We have a middle of the 4th from Big Bill Ivamy. It's going to be Tolan leading it off. No hits yet allowed by Ray. Here's the windup and the pitch to Tolan. Whew, that's going to be 4-12, left-handed. Struck him out. Number 4 for Jim Ray. And boy, has he been tough today. Here in the Astrodome, it was 4-12 left-handed. Here's Alex Johnson now. Johnson flew to left in the first. Here's Ray now. And that is a 3-8 right-handed. And it's tapped back to Ray. He fields it and throws it to Menke. 2 outs. For Tony Perez. Tony struck out in the second. Jim Ray really looking good. What the hell is that? Oh, God. Okay, Ray gets the sign from Edwards. The windup and the pitch to Perez. That's going to be 3-12. And he lines it to short. Caught by Martinez to retire the side. It was 3-12 right-handed. So another 1, 2, 3 for Ray. No hits allowed through 4 for Ray. And now I say give it up to Bill Ivamy. He's got a question. And boy, he asks good ones too. I'm telling you. We got great questions all around. Here it is. Oh, great timing. Great timing. Oh, look at that timing from Bill Ivamy. The Dodgers continued to get 1,000 strikeouts throughout the 60s. Name the next team besides the Dodgers to get 1,000 strikeouts in a season. Team plus bonus for the year. Whoa. It's a great follow-up. Frank says St. Louis 64. Expansion team. Not the Mets. Oh yes, I know it. I know it. Astros. And I think it was these very 69 Astros. Oh, it was the Mets. Astros. 69 this year. And Ray's got his share. Ray's got his share. Oh. What does Astros rear mean? Oh, year. Yeah. What? You're telling me the 62 Astros? Bill? You gotta be kidding me. That is a supreme question. And coming from Frank, that's a huge compliment. So they were the second team. Second team, not the second year, I guess, but supreme question. I had no idea that they had so many strikeout pitchers on that 62 expansion team. We're going to have to give some red to Bill Ivamy for a supreme question. Thank you, Bill. Whoa, supreme. Absolutely supreme question there from Bill Ivamy. And Frank asked us a great question, a frighteningly difficult one. And of course, Kathy Harden on these great questions. Head to the bottom of the fourth here. It's going to be Jim Merritt again. He allowed 3 runs in the first. He has settled down insofar as he's held the Astros scoreless the past 2 innings. Here we go, bottom third of the order, Marty Martinez. Every team has 1,000 today, is that right? Boy, the game has changed so much. Okay, here's Marty Martinez, switch hitter, batting right against Merritt. The pitch to Martinez. 2-8 left-handed, fly ball center for Tolan. And he makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Johnny Edwards now. This is going to be lefty-lefty. And what do you attribute that to, Bill Ivamy? Is it the fact that pitchers are used just for an inning or two and they throw harder, throw better? Here's the pitch to Edwards. That's 5-7, left-handed, grounds to second X. That will be for Helms at second. Helms at 223. Oh, is that what you think it is? 223, 4-2. It's a G3, pound ignored. Helms E23 at second. 5-9-10. And he makes the play, throws him out, 2 away. And here's Jim Ray, a good hand for Jim from the hometown crowd. Oh, it is a pathetic, Bob B. Mr. Bob B, that is a pathetic. Do they still do ghost runners in extra innings? I thought they gave that up, which is complete horseshit, I mean, what are you going to do to the game? They still do it. And, you are reminding me of some of the rules, and I do it sort of as a parody of rule changes. Here's Ray coming up facing Merritt with 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. I've come up with some of my own rule changes, sort of as a parody to mock the rule changes. One of them is, instead of playing 9 innings with 3 outs each inning, why not play 3 innings with 9 outs each inning? That's one rule. You get it? I have another one. If anyone wants to hear, and I got a handful of them. If any of you wants to hear more, let me know. Here's the pitch to Ray. That's going to be 3-7, grounds to second, and it's Helms again, and he throws it over, and it's a 1-2-3 for Merritt, who really has settled down since allowing 3 in the first. A 1-2-3 inning, and we'll head now to the top of the 5th, 3-0 Astros. Here's Jim Ray, no hits allowed, through 4. Some of you say it's superstitious, but I do not. 9 outs an inning. Absolutely, Bob. The other rule, I'll give you one more, even if it's unsolicited. Have 9 have 9 designated hitters and 9 designated fielders. Fielders can come in and out interchangeably throughout a game multiple times, just like in basketball and football and hockey. Hitters can't. Okay? Hitters cannot. But you'd have to expand the roster to about 50. You'd have a whole brash of fielders who just make the major leagues on their fielding. They never hit. They can hit. Just great fielders. You'd have 9 designated fielders. Just like in football, you have a defensive team. And they can come out in and out of the game interchangeably. I don't know why you don't want to do that often. As far as the hitters go, it would be the same exact as in baseball, except they'd all be DHs, and none of them have to play in the field. None of them have to play in the field. These are just hitters. You'd have some who play in the field, and the ones in the field can come in and out and still stay in the batting lineup. 9 Ray Oilers. Well, you'd certainly have a Ray Oiler. That's a great example, Bob. A Ray Oiler at short. He would not. They wouldn't certainly not have him in the lineup. Okay, here's Ray trying to hold his shutout. It's going to be Bench leading it off. You wouldn't have 9. I don't know how Oiler would do in the outfield, but you certainly have people. 9 Ray Oiler type players, sure. Was it Ray Oiler? Who was the shortstop for the Pilots? You don't know, you got me. Yeah, Ray Oiler. Yeah. He was on the Pilots, sure. Yeah. Yes, he was. I think I might have a couple more. Here's top of the 5th, Jim Ray facing Bench. Here's the pitch. 6'5", right-handed, struck him out. Oh, Ray is really something today. That's his 5th strikeout. And again, he had 115 in 115 innings. Another. Really, Kathy? Yeah, I say keep the game the way it is. Who needs a clock? If the games are 3 hours long, 3.5 hours long, so what? So frickin' what? Okay, here's May. He struck out by Ray. It's Ray facing May. Well, the DH, I was never a fan of it. I was never a fan of the DH. Here's Ray now, the pitch to May. 4-4 right-handed, grounds to short X. I always thought it was weird. I'm an NL man. I'm a National League guy. But, so when it started and I was a kid, I said, oh, the AL. Doing that. That's crazy shit. It's a 4-4 right-handed grounder to short. That's going to be for Martinez, a 460. Let's see if he can get to this. Lord. Oh, yeah. 440, that's 14-4. He gets it on a G2. E40, 5-9-11. Oh my God, E60, I'm sorry. Lord, that's like E60. Whoa, what's he even doing out there? E60, that's going to be 5-9-11. You can bet that's an error. It is. It's E1. An E60 means you've made 60 errors in 162 games. That's what I think that means in Strat-O-Matic. That's the average of it. It's a G2E1. The error by Martinez. Only the second base runner in the ball game. Woodward walked in the 3rd. May is on. Look at that, 1-13. 1-18. And with the lead 1-16. Whoa. He's got good speed, 1-14. He'll try for the lead. He does not get it. Oh my God, I just realized the 70 would have been thrown out. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Wait a minute. Oh, no, 11. Oh, 6. No, he does not get it. 11 would have been. So he does not get the lead. He's being held. Oh, I agree with you, Frank. You know, baseball has no time. That's one of the unique things about baseball. There is no time in baseball. You know? So it's May on first, not being held with one out, and Helms is the batter. He did not get the lead. If they drop the hold, he still does not get the lead. I guess the rule is you got to keep holding him, huh? I could unhold him. That's this question I still have. Can I unhold him now? But then he could try again. I really don't know. I get confused by it. But here's the pitch to Helms, not being held. Being held, I'm so sorry. 5'8", right-handed, struck him out. Oh, 2 down. And here's Woodward. Still a little tricky there on the, you got to announce up front if they're being held. That's what it is. That's what the rules say, and we did say that he's being held. So he'll stay held and not going. Oh yeah, that freaking pitcher's clock is for the birds. Christ. Or at least make it longer. Oh my God. Well, pitching is an unnatural thing anyway. Even if your tendons are fully grown. And imagine how, Bob, imagine kids in high school, kids in college who are well under 26. Okay, here's Ray, 2 outs, May on first. The pitch to Woodward. And that's going to be 3-4, and it's chopped to first. And Mankey has it, and he takes it to the bag. So it's 5 innings, no hits allowed. No runs, the error left on, middle of the 5th, Ray. We don't say the word. We don't say, you know, you talk about superstition. I don't say the word that describes the thing, but I can say no hits allowed. And that would not be superstitious in my book. Oh, their arms, unbelievable. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th here. What a game. See what kind of coffee I got left here. Jim Merritt, bottom of the 5th, top of the order for Houston, 3-0 ball game. We don't have a lot left. Here's a full cup. Okay, here's Merritt now. Top of the order, Joe Morgan for the Astros, leading 3-0. Merritt's first endurance is the 7th. Rays will be next inning the 6th. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 3-8 left-handed. He walked him. So Morgan is on. He's being held. Now Merritt, look at that, -5. He's a 1-14. And with a lead, he'd be a 1-12. He's a 1-14. Right on the borderline on solitaire play, so we will let him be held, and he will not go. Look at that, Merritt -5 quotient with bench. Here's Jesus now. Again, Morgan being held. Merritt from the stretch. That's 2-9. Left-handed, it's a base hit. A non-clutch base hit to right. Morgan rounding second. Rosa -2. 2-9. That's to right field. See if Morgan wants to stretch that. 1-17 and still learning some of the super advanced stuff, folks. Right to third is a 1-19. My goodness, look at that. Add 2. And when stretching, 1-19, Morgan being held, 1-18. That's an equation. They will let him go. And it's first and third with nobody out. Merritt in trouble here. Here's Wynn now. Infield back. Here's Merritt now from the stretch. The pitch to Wynn. That's going to be 2-9 left-handed. Struck him out. And that's the third for Merritt today. 1 away. And here's Tommy Davis. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Yeah, the cost of it is unbelievable. The cost of baseball. I remember as a kid going to Met games. I don't remember what it cost, but, you know, I used to work when I was 14, 15. I used to work. I used to do all sorts of odd jobs. In fact, I was a vendor at Shea Stadium. Starting, I think it was age 14. I'm not certain, maybe 15. It was affordable. I don't know what it cost. $2 to get a general admission ticket. You know, $2.50, something like that. They blacked them out, sure. I have not bothered. I'm very cheap, Kathy, and I'm very concerned about money, so I don't pay for any of it. Except on my cable, I get Bally, and I don't know why, but I get Tampa Bay and Marlins games. I guess Tampa Bay because it's Florida. Occasionally, ESPN has a game. Occasionally, MLB will have a free game of the day for For example, today, MLB has a free game, Miami at Chicago, but I would be blacked out of that because of my market. But I'll get that on Bally if I want it. Okay, here's Davis. 1 out, first and third. Infield is back. Davis walked and scored, popped to short. Here's Merritt. And the pitch. That's going to be 2-6 left-handed. He pops it up again to short. And it's Woodward for the catch. 2 away. And here's Dennis Mankey. But it's nice to commiserate, if that's the right word, with all of you about the woes of modern day baseball or current day baseball. Okay, Mankey in a clutch situation here. It's Jesus on first, Morgan on third, 2 outs. Merritt trying to get out of this. Here's the pitch to Mankey. That's going to be 5-5, right-handed. He grounds it to short X. And that will be for Woodward, a 330. .330, 19-3, G1 gets to it. E30, 6-10, 12. And he boots it. Oh my. Woodward with the error. He's an E30. And there it is. 6-10, 12, E1, G1, E1. This sounds like Iwo Jima, doesn't it? G1, E1. And the run will score. Morgan will come home. Oh, and that's unearned. Oh boy. A 2-out error by Woody Woodward at shortstop. It's first and second now. Still 2 outs. That was a clutch situation. And here's Raider now, the Red Robin. Maybe we ought to walk him again. Never a fan of Jim Merritt, even though that wasn't his fault. This might be his last inning, though. We'll see. Here's Merritt now, the pitch to Raider. That's 1-7. Oh, it's a liner to third, caught by Perez. Nice catch by Tony to save just a pain in the ass there. Base hit. The side is retired. It was 1-7 left-handed, single 1-12. It was a 16. And the side is retired. It was 1 run, though, an unearned run. On the error by Woodward, we've gone 5. It's 4-0. We're heading to the top of the 6th. Jim Ray. It wouldn't be unusual for the Reds to let him pitch, but they're going to have a hitter for Merritt here in the 6th, and Clay Karl will be the pitcher. You want to talk about tragedy, what he went through. Merritt pitched 5 innings. That could be my bias. I'm not a fan of Jim Merritt. He allowed 3 earned, 1 unearned. Karl will come in next inning. I try to make my biases known. Fortunately, this is a relatively unimportant ball game. Let's see who's coming in to hit. It's going to be Jimmy Stewart. If we go ahead and look, we like to use as a guideline who they might have used. The Astros won this one 3-2 in real worlds. Granger came in for Merritt. Jimmy Stewart did pinch hit. Well, he came in to play left for Alex Johnson. Interesting, because he's a 3, Johnson's a 4. Granger got the loss in relief. Gladding got the win. Boughton also pitched in this game. It will be Jimmy Stewart now. So Stewart will lead it off. Switch hitter batting left. And we'll let Alex Johnson stay out there in left field. Okay, Ray has pitched 5 scoreless innings. No hits allowed. He's walked 1, struck out 6. Only 2 base runners. The error by Martinez. Both shortstops have... Oh, shit. That black die just fell down. Hold on, folks. I gotta bend. Oh, and there's a rubber band, by the way. You wonder where those rubber bands go, and sometimes they fall down. Just found a new one. Okay, here's Ray. 2 Jims at it. The pitch to Stewart, switch hitter batting left. That's 3-11. Against the right-hander, grounds it to first. And Mankey has it. Throws to Ray, covering the bag. 1 down. This is getting serious now. Here's Pete Rose now. Ray gets the sign from Edwards. And the pitch to Rose. 2-8. And it's a fly ball to center for win. And it's 2 away. Now Bobby Tolan. Reds hitless today. Tolan is 0 for 2. Ray into his windup. Here's the pitch. 5-3 left-handed, grounds it back to Ray. Whoa, he's a 4-0. Let's see if he can get to it. Wouldn't it be too bad if this went through on a ground ball to the pitcher? 5-3 left-handed. 4-0. Ray trying to get to that 12-4. He gets to it, G3, and throws him out because he's a 0. And it was not a rare play. Good morning, Ben. Good morning, Ben. And it's a 1-2-3 inning again for Jim Ray. And we have a double coming up here, a double shot. Those are always, I think I'm going to make some more coffee. McCain. Oh, McLean. Yeah, no, it wasn't me. You know, it was not me, Ben. It was the Red Sox. Knocked the shit out of Denny McLain. That was yesterday's ball game. It was 13-5 Red Sox. And it was a... McLain only went 5. He was knocked out. They had a pinch hitter. And boy, did they... did they have a ninth inning with 7 runs, the Red Sox. That ninth didn't seem to end, Ben. It was excruciating. Sometimes it can be very, very excruciating. But meanwhile, Jim Ray has retired the side in order. My goodness. And we're heading to the bottom of the 6th. There's a new pitcher for the Reds. It's Karl. It's all exactly, Ben. Okay, Karl is ready. It's going to be the bottom 3rd for Houston, Martinez, Edwards, and Ray. And by the way, that was Ray's first endurance inning, but he's got full endurance here. Here's Marty Martinez now. And the pitch, 1-7, right-handed. It's a fly to center. And Tolan is under it. Switch hitter. Wait a minute, 1-7, yeah, against the right-hander, and he makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Johnny Edwards now. Yeah, oh, thank you, Frank. That's very kind of you. I try to try to be real. I mean, oh, you're born in Southern Michigan. Grew up a Tiger fan. Now you're a Brewer fan. And a Tiger #2 fan. That's cool. Okay, here's Edwards, Karl. Here's the pitch, 6-7, left-handed, grounds to second X. That's Helms at 223. Kalamazoo. 223, 2-2 goes through for a base hit. It's an S1 single on for past Helms at 223 on the 2. 6-8-9. And that will be a 1-out single. And here's Jim Ray. Good hand for Jim. From the hometown crowd. Let him hit away. Edwards on first, 1 out. That's 2-7, and he struck him out. 2 away for Joe Morgan. Karl in for Merritt. Here's the pitch to Morgan now. That's 5-7 left-handed, struck him out. So the side is retired, no runs. The single by Edwards left on, 2 strikeouts for Karl in his first inning of relief. I know we have a double shot in the middle of the 7th. I want to make my coffee before I go ahead and have Jim Ray pitch the top of the 7th. I hope you all understand that because I have gone through that pot. And, well, Demos, it is odd. And Demos, that was quite a ball game yesterday. If any of you missed it, I don't want to give it away, but it was a game of the week. And it was Pirates-Cubs, 1973. And it worked out just beautifully. I remember as a kid watching Streets of San Francisco, okay? and seeing Michael Douglas as a kid. I don't know what year it was, 73, 74. Young, very young. Look at him now, and it's scary to me. It's freaking scary. Just the aging of people, because, including me, so much time, you need to refill yourself. Folks, he looks better than you. He looks better than me. I look like hell. I'm going to take a break for about 3 minutes, and then we'll get back to this ball game. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Network. It's 4-0 Astros with Jim Ray doing an incredible job. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Back in Studio B here, Jeffrey Guterman, and Jim Ray has thrown 6 shutout innings, no hits allowed, walked one reached on an error. That's it for base runners. It's 4-0. It's going to be Alex Johnson, Tony Perez, and Johnny Bench, heart of the order. Okay, here's Ray now. He's ready. He gets the sign from Edwards, the windup, and the pitch to Johnson. That's going to be a 1-4. It's a ballpark slash. That's our first slash. Right-hander. It's a 1-4 ballpark slash. And a 9. in Houston. And it goes through for a base hit, and there goes the no-hitter. And a big hand for Jim Ray, though. Not easy to no-hit the Reds. It's a single in the 7th to lead it off. Now you got to make sure you don't lose the ball game. It was look at it again, a 1-4 right-handed ballpark slash in Houston. And that's a pretty slick infield there. 1-16 across the board. So now we can all settle back and relax. Yeah. And here's Tony now. AstroTurf, absolutely. That shit is so slick. Some of you may know the story that they actually put in real grass in the Astrodome initially, and it kept dying, and they couldn't figure out why not. And then they figured out you need the frickin' real, I guess, UV rays or whatever from the sun. That won't work. I guess a greenhouse, but has glass, I guess, and then they invented a synthetic surface. It didn't work. It wouldn't grow. It would die. This shit would die. They put in sod, so there it was, and then it just freaking died. Here's Perez now. Let's see if Ray can hold on here. This is his second endurance inning. The pitch to Tony. That's going to be a 2-7 right-handed. No one being held. And I did not. That's house rules. Now, a plus is not a base hit on a hold anyway. Only on infield in when you do super advanced. And I neglected, and that's built into the game, that if I neglect to hold or take a lead, that's all part of the game. I neglected to do that, 2-7, and it is a double play. To Martinez, to Morgan, to Mankey. And that's going to be 2 outs, nobody on. That was what that was. Had we had Johnson with a lead, 1-15, that's 1-20. We should have had Johnson. You see, we should have had Johnson, 1-15, 1-20 with Ray, 1-18 with a lead. He could have stolen that and avoided the double play, but it was neglect on my part, and that's built into the game. That's just built in right into the freaking game. A situation like that. Here's Ray now facing bench. And that's going to be 5-12, right-handed, grounds to first X. Mankey, 331. And I don't sweat that stuff. It's all built into the game. 331 Mankey. That's going to be 18-3. It's a G1, gets to it. E31, 5-9-12. E31. Wait a minute. He can't be an E31. No, he cannot be an E31. There's something wrong there. Oh, I put his shortstop there. He's an E23. He's a 4. Oh, I put his frickin' shortstop rating here. I'm glad I picked up on that. These are all built into the game, folks. Any kind of error, and we try to keep them low. So we're going to re-look at this in 18.4. It's still a G1. E23, 5, 9, 12. And he boots it. A G1, E1. And so Mankey is on. An error by Mankey. That is the second error for Houston. Bench on first. And here's Lee May now. Oh yeah, 1,802 games. Yeah, you're gonna make errors. You're gonna also make poor judgment calls. You're gonna do it all. We're not perfect. Okay, Ray facing May. Bench on first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 1-9, right-handed, struck him out, and that is number 7. My biggest concern would be what you all think, and my hope is you would understand and share my view of it. Well, I'm still learning, Ben, super advanced rules. The side is retired 1-9 right-handed. I'm still learning super advanced. I'm pretty good on advanced, but I don't do all super advanced rules. We are in the middle of the 7th, and I'm going to get some coffee and get ready for this double shot here. It's still, Jim Ray still has the one-hit shutout now. Let's wait for a nice, beautiful, relaxing double shot here from Kathy Harden. The neglect. Double shot is 2 trivia questions, Ben. Here's the first one from Kathy Harden, the movie from 1999. This movie was mainly achieved its cult status from DVD sales, starred Brad Pitt and Edward Norton, and had very polarizing views on masculinity. I don't know if this is the right one, but I think it is. My son was really into that movie. The Fight Club. Thank you, Kathy. And by the way, I said my son was kind of young at the time. And he said, "You have got to watch this movie." He had the DVD, we put it on, we watched it. I thought it was bizarre. I also thought that one guy in particular, sort of a heavyset guy, he complained, "My kids don't talk to me and I'm growing tits." You know, it must have been some sort of, hormonal thing, but he hated that movie, Bill. Do you remember that guy? He, Lord. Oh, gosh. Oh. Oh. But anyway, getting back, we're waiting for the second here. You thought that was a great. Do you remember the line, Bill? You remember the line? You see what you started here, Kathy? Kathy, hold on. Let me get my cup of coffee before you drop the second one, will you? Hold on. You remember the line, Bill, or are you just saying? All right, Kathy, I have my coffee. You do remember it, okay? He was good actor. I mean, I said, what the hell? All right, Kathy Harden coming up. Now wait for it, everybody. This will be the second of two on a double shot here in the middle of the seventh inning stretch. Oh, and I usually need a break after this. Oh, it's funny stuff. See what you started, Kathy Harden. Who is the Expos' all-time leader in runs scored? Wallace, Dawson, Carter, Raines. I'm just gonna take a guess and say it's Tim Raines. It's a multiple choice, folks. And it's very nice of Kathy to... Ivan, he goes on Dawson. That was my first guess, but I went with Raines. Ben Witt's going with Dawson. As a Cub, what a great ball player. I got it. It was just sort of a thank you, Kathy Harden. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm looking here that, Biden is opposing what may be a purchase of U.S. steel by Japan, or a Japanese company. It reminds me of there are no more countries. There is only IBM and DuPont and U.S. Steel. The world is a business, Mr. Beal. And the great speech, I'm sure some of you know what movie that is. Can anyone tell me what movie that is? That is an impromptu question. The world is a business, Mr. Beal. There are no more countries. You think that the Russians, the Soviets, spend their time on policy? Communist policy? No, they look at their charts and economic forecasts. The world is a business. It always has been. Ever since we crawled out of the slime. That's right, Kathy gets it. Oh, Kathy Harden, Bill Ivamy with it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's going to be Kathy and Bill. And Peter Finch. Peter Finch won Best Actor posthumously. He was amazing. Network is my third favorite movie of all time. It was just unbelievable. I was like 17 or 18 when it came out. And I want to tell you something. Posthumously. The word of mouth on that movie. I remember as a kid. Yeah. He died the day after appearing. Really, Bill? Boy, you know a lot of shit. Do you know that? I want you to stand up and go to your window. It was just, the movie was so funny, and it was satire. It was satire in the classic sense. Hospital was a dark comedy. all written by Paddy Chayefsky, and maybe his even greatest masterpiece was Marty, which was just pure drama. And he died early. Uh, I don't know. I mean, you can see a lot of it online. Okay, I want you to get out of your seat now. But the guy who gave the speech to Mr. Beale was, his name escapes me, and he died recently. He was in Deliverance. He was in a lot of different things, and he was just a super actor. And can you imagine what it would be like? You know, you think acting, I bet you, is not easy. You got to memorize those lines, and you have to be that character. And he was unbelievable in that scene. The world is a business. There are no more countries. It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet. That is the natural order of things. The world is a corporation. He died. You have meddled with nature, Mr. Beale. Well, it is depressing. I mean, you know, I didn't know that, Bill. I didn't even know who the housekeeper was. Look what you started, Kathy Harden. You started it with your first question on the Fight Club. And I'm just recovering here.
And this is how I met the big moosey. His eyes already shrink cramped in tears. Knees together, those awkward little steps.
Look what you started, Kathy. That was one sick movie. You know, Ben, you say it's so... Ned Beatty, thank you, Bill. What a great actor he was. I'm going to take a break for about 3 minutes, folks, and then we'll get back to this ball game. And by the way, as you knew, the only real error I made was not an error, it was just a neglect to try to get the lead with Alex Johnson getting the lead and stealing off of Ray +5 quotient, and then that double play would not have happened. That happens. You can't play 1,802 games and not do shit like that. The other, I did have Mankey written wrong, but I picked up on it. And I trust that you know that I try my best to have low errors, not no errors, low errors, and then conceptually I build it into the replay, the errors that I may make. Let's just hope for the postseason there are none. But again, the world is a corporation. And yeah, absolutely, Ben. And you say it's depressing, but I think that our the depression of that view that there is no more United States, if you will, there never was. Okay, it's like the American dream. It always was a dream. It But I do believe that we are heading into these are the best of times, these are the worst of times. With technology, biomedical advancement, these can be the best of times. And also, these are the worst of times. I believe that we are living in ways in a dystopian society. We are saturated with technology. That's why I play card and dice, okay? I don't need a computer to play this game for me. I'll be back in just a few, and thanks for your understanding, everybody. Just about 3 minutes. Oh, Lord Christ. The world is a corporation, Mr. People. Rubles, penchaks, francs, dollars. And everybody will get a share, and all anxieties will be tranquilized. Well, that sounds good to me, I'll tell you. Oh, God. All anxieties tranquilized. Christ. Oh. Oh, thanks for bearing with me, folks. Jeffrey Guterman, Studio B, bottom of the 7th here. And it's Clay Karl in his second inning of relief. 4-0 Astros. It will be Jesus leading it off. Okay, Karl is ready. The pitch to Jesus. Let's play ball. 4-9, right-handed. Base hit, Jesus. A leadoff single. Karl, a 0 hold with bench is a -4. Not being held. Jesus on first. Here's Jimmy Wynn now. Apologize for that delay. Here's the pitch to Wynn. That's 6-9 right-handed. Grounds to short, and that will be a double play. Turned by Woodward. A 6-9 right-handed. 2 outs. And here's Tommy Davis. Okay, the pitch from Karl. Oh, Lord. 5-7 right-handed, struck him out. And the side is retired. That's the third strikeout for Karl. We've gone 7. It's 4-0 Houston. A 1-hit shutout by Jim Ray. We've had several one-hitters. This replay, we've had 4: Kilkenny, Brabender, Edmondson, and Jenkins. Complete game, 1-hit shutouts. Or I don't know about shutouts, but 1-hitters, probably shutouts. McNally threw a no-hitter. Top of the 8th, Ray, and Tommy Helms to lead it off. Here's Ray. That's 5-9 right-handed, struck him out. Number 8 for Jim Ray. And now Woodward. And there's action in the Reds bullpen. Pedro Bourbon. I wouldn't use Granger down 4-0, but I guess I could. Here's the pitch to Woodward. That's 2-8, right-handed, fly ball left. And Tommy Davis under it, 2 outs. And there'll be a hitter, an obligatory hitter. That means Karl pitched 2, allowed 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs. And it will be Pedro Bourbon coming in with a juicy 5-point-something ERA. But, you know, you're down by this. I'm not going to use Granger. I'm sorry, is it Bourbon? No, I'm sorry, it's Pedro Ramos. I got the Pedro part right. It's Pedro Ramos. I am so sorry. I think Bourbon was on another team, I don't remember which, this year. He eventually ended up on the Reds, I believe. and actually became a good pitcher. So Ramos will be the new pitcher. They'll be a hitter. They don't have much of anybody to go, but it will be Chico Ruiz. He is a switch hitter. So he'll bat left against Ray. Here's Chico now. Shit, look at that. Shit. Here's Ray. And the pitch to Chico. That's 6-7, switch hitter batting left. He grounds it to second X. Morgan, 323. Two, three goes through S2. Second hit off of Ray. It was a 2-3 with Morgan. And he is an E23, 467. So it'll be a 2-out single for Chico. A pinch hit 2-out single. 1-15, Ray. 1-20. 1-18 with the lead being held. He's going to try to get the lead. Even though you're down 4-0, that's really not my cup of tea. He does not get the lead. So he's a 1-11, 1-16, 1-12. He will not go. And here's Rose now. 2 outs, Chico on first. Ray from the stretch. That's going to be 2-6 right-handed. Grounds it back to Ray. And look at that, Rose 0 for 4 today. Ray throws him out. That's one way to help beat the Reds. Rose 0 for 4. This was a 2-6 right-handed. And the side is retired. So he has a 2-hit shutout. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. And Pedro Ramos comes out, taking his warm-ups. It'll be Mankey, Rader, and Martinez. 4-0 Astros. Here's Mankey now. Oh, God. Where that goes. Oh, God. Oops. We're back. Okay. Here's Mankey leading it off. Ramos on the mound. The wind up, the pitch to Mankey. 5-11 right-handed. There's a ballpark blast by Mankey. You got to remember, Astrodome is large. He's a right-handed. I believe it's large. And no, that's going to be caught at the warning track by Johnson, 1 away. Oh. Here's Rader now. Red Robin. Oh, God almighty. Here's Ramos, the wind up, the pitch. 4-9, right-handed. That's a drive hit out deep by Raider, and it's gone. Off Ramos. The Red Robin has hit a home run here in the bottom of the 8th. If you're looking ahead, by the way, to the top of the 9th, it will be the heart of the order, Tolan, Johnson, and Perez, but Doug Rader has just hit a home run off of Ramos. To make it a 5-0 ball game. For Raider, that is number 11. He had 11. That's happening a lot. It's inevitable if they're going to meet their what they had and go over maybe, but this just happened to be his 11th home run. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Martinez now. 5-0 Astros. Ramos into the windup. The pitch to Martinez. 3-12 right-handed, walked him. So it's getting nauseating here for Reds fans. Here's Johnny Edwards. Oh, that is good coffee. Edwards 1 for 3. Martinez not being held. That's 1-7 right-handed, struck him out. And here's Jim Ray. He gets a good hand from the crowd. He's thrown a 2-hit shutout. And Ramos throws 4-8 right-handed, struck him out. And the side is retired. It was 1 run, though, on the home run by Raider. We've gone 8, 5-0. And here's Jim Ray. He's gone all the frickin' way. All the way with Ray. Tolan leads it off. Don't count these Reds out with these explosive bats. Tolan, Johnson, Perez, Bench, May. Absolutely. Astros want the shutout for Ray. Here's the pitch to Tolan. That's 4-8, left-handed, struck him out. Oh, that is number 9 for Jim Ray. He had 115 in 115 innings. And it's worth reminding that in real world, this was the first year this expansion Houston Astros team played 500 baseball. They were 81 and 81 exactly, and they are 6 games over 500 now, about to go 7. Here's Alex Johnson now. Ray's really been something. He's allowed only 2 hits, a single to Johnson in the 7th, and then the single by the pinch hitter Chico Ruiz. Here's Ray now. And the pitch to Johnson. That's 1-8, right-handed. There's a base hit. It's another hit. Johnson ends up getting 2 of them. Only 2. He's away. He's not near fatigue yet. He's 2 hits or walks away. Now Johnson on first. Here we have that situation again. Down 5-0. I'm not a big fan of trying to steal, but he's a 1-20. 1-20 with a lead. We'll hold him. But if he had the lead, he'd be 1-20, 1-18. That's a pretty high rate, even though you're down 5-0. Let them hold him without, and he's not going to go. We don't need a stolen base. We need a frickin' powerhouse situation. So Johnson being held, 1 out. That's at least me, folks. Here's Ray from the stretch. The pitch to Tony. That's 2-7, and he grounds it to short A. It would not have been a hit anyway in Super Advanced. That is only on infield in, and the ball game is over. It's Martinez to Morgan to Mankey for the game-ending double play. If I'm reading that right, it was a 2-7 ground ball short A with the runner on first. Absolutely. And not being held, not nothing. Ray throws a 3-hit shutout. The final here at the Astrodome, Houston 5, Cincinnati nothing. Quite a performance by Jim Ray, his 5th win of the year. He pitched 9. Again, he allowed 3 hits. I say a 3-hitter is a great game. You know, he walked only 1. He struck out 9, and he allowed 0 runs. Ramos, 5-6-7, pitched 1 inning, allowed a home run, walked 1, struck out 2. The final line in this ball game: Houston 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Cincinnati no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. And you can pick whoever you want, but I'm going to give it to Jim Ray as the star of the game, because the way he pitched, he only needed one run. So congratulations to Jim Ray on a very, very well pitched ball game. Jim Ray, you are our player of the game. I want to thank everybody for being here. Oh, back to reality, folks. This helps me escape reality for a little bit. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. I want to thank everybody for who is being here today. Kathy, thank you. You have a nice afternoon. Thanks for your questions, especially the Fight Club. That reminded me. Thanks, Ben Witz. Until next time, enjoyed your input very much. Bill Ivamy, as usual. Great questions you had. And great answers. Of course, Frank with the baseball demos was here. Bob B, a Cardinal fan. And everybody else, stay strong, stay well, and I will catch you all next time, okay? Take care.